From twerking in uniform in the galley to filming herself baking a cake on board, why are flight attendants getting in so much trouble and even fired over social media? On today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 incidents that happened, 2 of them very recent, that got the people who were filming and in one of the cases, the rest of the crew in trouble. I'm going to show you real life examples, behind the scenes context, and I'm also going to give you a few tips in case you're thinking of becoming a flight attendant as to what is expected of you and what you can and cannot do with social media. Are you ready? Let's do this. So the first incident I want to talk about is the flight attendant over in the US that was fired last year. She was twerking in the galley. She basically filmed a video where she was dressed in full uniform, twerking, and the airline did not like that. According to People magazine, she was let go for 3 reasons: filming while on duty, which I can totally see because airlines hate that. I remember that from my time flying. They would not allow it whatsoever. Being in uniform and treating the aircraft, which is a safety-sensitive environment, as her personal stage for entertainment.
Bad idea, jeans.
The second incident is about a vlog that got her entire crew in trouble. For context, this was an Emirates flight. This was a flight attendant who isn't a flight attendant anymore. So after she resigned, she posted a vlog of her flight to Taipei where she's taking her boyfriend with her. Basically, he's following her around while she's doing, performing her economy class duties. And it is fairly innocent. The problem is that in this video, throughout the video, there are quite a few things that she does that she should not be doing, and that if she had been working for the company by the time she had posted the video, she would have been fired, hands down. And I'll tell you what those things are. First of all, she's baking a cake. She's baking a cake on the aircraft oven.
And what are you making, Monica? In case Rachel's dessert is so good that I eat all of it. Nothing?
Now, you may think, oh, come on, you guys heat up food, it's not a problem, but it is an issue. And the reason why is because everything that's used on board, and that means, for in the ovens and even like for safety, anything at all has been tested, right? And that means that if anything does go wrong, we've got the right procedures, the right SOPs in order to deal with that situation. Now, if you're baking a cake, right, with this random container you brought from home and you put it inside of the oven, then who knows what's going to happen? What if something goes wrong? What if you use, a halon to put out the fire and, it makes it worse? So yeah, she didn't think that through. The other thing she does is she shows her boyfriend around the aircraft, which is completely fine. But the thing is that you can see her taking him down to the crew rest compartment, or CRC, which is where, both cabin crew and flight crew sleep, right? So she takes him down and shows him around, shows all the bunks, everywhere where the crew are supposed to be resting. But the biggest issue is that she's taking someone who isn't allowed to be in a restricted area. She takes him there. Even if the boyfriend had been cabin crew who was flying off duty, which I think he wasn't, but if he had been, he couldn't go to the CRC either because that's only permitted for operating crew.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
So that's strike 2. And strike 3 was another safety shortfall, which is that she narrates it too. Like, oh, I swapped my jump seat with this other girl so I could be next to my boyfriend.
Wait. Bitch, you better be joking.
Now, you may think, she only swapped seats, but if you are a flyer, you know that that seat dictates which one is going to be your area of responsibility. And I'm not only talking about service-wise, which, you could get in trouble if you haven't performed a duty the way you're supposed to do it, or if a passenger complains and, your area is your area. But I'm also talking about the fact that you are literally responsible for the safety and security of the passengers in that area. Now, if there's an evacuation, if there's an emergency of any sort upon landing and you're not on your seat, or anything happens with your passenger, one of your passengers gets sick, whatever, then they're going to ask you, why weren't you in your seat? What were you doing? You're responsible for these guys. Why were you not there? So huge breach. And yeah, I don't know why she did that and why she thought it was a good idea to post it, because what happened afterwards, and Emirates came out with a statement saying that they had thoroughly investigated the situation and the crew, but they had not dismissed anybody. But they did. I've gone through an investigation myself. I know how it is, and it's not pleasant at all. So she put her entire ex-colleagues in trouble just for a video. Just for views. What is going on? All right, incident number 3. This incident is very recent. It just happened. As a matter of fact, yours truly made a TikTok that went viral and was everywhere because this incident was very famous in Thailand, but it hadn't been translated. So there you go. I translated it and it went just crazy. And this is basically a first-class passenger who makes a really nice review of her experience with Emirates on a super short flight from Bangkok to Hong Kong. That's like around a 3-hour flight. She bought a first-class ticket and she enjoyed herself. She asked for all of the amenities. Now, mind you, in these very short flights, you can still get all of the first-class amenities. You can even take a shower in the shower spa, but they're not going to offer that to you. It's going to be on demand because it's such a short flight. And if the flight is full, meaning 14 people in first class, imagine, having to set up showers and coordinate them and even feed all these guys. There's not enough time. So that's why it's on demand in case you get one or two who might want to do it. So yeah, that's that for context. Now, what happened is the following. The girl posts the video. She's a very famous actress in Thailand, from what I was told. And this random crew had the brilliant idea of commenting below the Facebook video, because she posted in different platforms. But imagine how unlucky do you have to be? You leave a comment on Facebook where you say, oh, really? All of this in 2 hours? And there were more comments happening, going on right under that one where, her and someone else are kind of like making fun of her. And from what the Thai speakers are telling me, the way in which she phrased everything is very sarcastic, and yeah, it just sounded really bad. So everyone started going into her profile to see, as you do, to see who the person who made the snarky comment is. And when they went to her profile, they realized that this girl is an Emirates cabin crew. Now, mind you, she was not operating this girl's flight. She was just a random cabin crew, first-class cabin crew, because I did my research, who decided to leave a stupid comment and then a bunch of other stupid comments right below where she was making fun and, just not being nice to this passenger. So everyone in Thailand was asking for her head. I do not know what happened. Emirates hasn't said anything, and I haven't heard anything from the crew. But I will tell you this, because I worked there. I've seen people being let go for reasons that weren't even close to what she did on social media. So like doing this, like leaving a comment that would cause all of this, and leaving it from a profile where you have photos of yourself in uniform, you're representing the company still. People would know that you're a cabin crew. So how is that gonna look? Not good, guys. Not good at all. So yeah, we don't know what happened, but I think, this is my personal opinion, I feel like she definitely got in trouble, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was either given a final warning or was let go. I have no idea what happened, but I have a feeling that that could be it. And I mean, come on. Now that I've given you all the tea, let's talk about why are these things so important for the airlines. See, here's the thing. cabin crew aren't just employees. The way that airlines see them is as their brand ambassadors. And I think it's everywhere in the world, but especially here in Asia, it's very much like that. And airlines are very, very strict. And to be fair, most airlines are super clear about this from day one. Because when you're wearing the uniform, you're not representing yourself. And this is literally what they told me in training. I'll never forget. You're representing the airline. You're a brand ambassador. And I'll tell you something else they also tell you during training. And it's that if you're in a layover and you're wearing jeans and a hoodie, but you do something, whatever you do, a good thing or a bad thing, whatever it is, you're still representing the airline. And I also know people who have been fired over, doing something in the lobby of the hotel or doing something during the layover they shouldn't have been doing. I've seen it, so I know it happens. Even being rude, partying too hard, any of this can be grounds for dismissal if you make a big deal and you bring attention to yourself, which also means you're bringing unwanted attention to the airline. And if you want to know why that is, it's because airlines treat their image as if it were gold. And it's because it is gold. So just for a little context, according to Brand Finance's report of last year, Delta Airlines holds a spot as the world's most valuable airline brand. And I'm talking real money. It's valued at $10.8 billion. Following closely is American Airlines, which is valued at $10.2 billion. And right after American Airlines, you've got United Airlines, which is valued at $8.7 billion. Emirates, where I used to work, is valued at $6.6 billion. Those numbers are no joke. So brand value, in case you're wondering what it is, encompasses more than one thing: public trust, reputation, service consistency, and how recognizable the brand and how respected it is. So you can imagine how a viral video can become a huge problem. We also need to remember that aviation is a highly regulated industry. So everything is documented, everything is monitored and standardized. So what you do or what you say as crew, especially in public, can quickly reflect back on the company. That's why the rules are so strict. Now, to all of this brand talk, there's another layer that you need to add, which is content creation. There are a lot of flight attendants that nowadays want to be content creators. They want to show, themselves getting ready to go on a flight. They want to show their layovers. They want to show their experience overall because it's a very exotic lifestyle. And, I see it here creating aviation content that people are very interested in because it is very attractive. It's true. I'm passionate about it and I work there, so that's why I love it so much. But even if I weren't and I hadn't worked there, trust me, I would still be interested. I get it. But the thing is that content creation and airline policy don't always go hand in hand. And even when I was flying for Emirates, I saw this tension play out. Today, I'm very surprised that the airline has, relaxed a little bit when it comes to content creation. But back when I was flying, you'd even have to ask for permission if you wanted to have a travel blog that was not, writing travel blog written that was not related to Emirates. You would even have to ask for permission then. And even then, I don't even know if they would have given it to you or to me. But nowadays they do allow crew to show, a day in the life, to show what's going on, to show themselves in uniform, because crew are the biggest brand ambassadors. So yes, the lines are starting to blur a little bit, but the expectations are still pretty high. So let's talk about the behind the scenes and what the expectations are for anyone who is cabin crew. So I don't know. In case you want to know or you want to become cabin crew yourself, this is what is expected of you and what's going to happen. So when you join an airline, you are not only going to get handed a uniform, you're going to be signing a contract. And in some airlines, you may even be signing an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement. So that's even stricter. But in general, contracts include a few very clear but very strict rules. First of all, there are confidentiality agreements. Basically, you agree not to share any internal information or anything that could compromise the airline and its reputation. There are restrictions on filming, and filming yourself in uniform, you having decorum, especially when you're coming to Asia, which is, of course, Middle East included, which is a part of the world where, it's, you gotta be modest, you gotta be so careful about how you conduct yourself. So yeah, they really do look at that. And it is in writing. And there are social media guidelines. Even if your social media account is personal and you do a little disclosure there that says, opinions are my own, airlines can still hold it against you if they think that it's anything that reflects poorly on the company. And I'll tell you a very quick story of something that happened to someone I know. So it was this guy. He was flying to, I can't remember, it was like a short flight, a turnaround flight around the area. And Rihanna was on his flight. And you know how celebrities are when it comes to privacy. Also, Emirates tells you, you need to take care of these guys. Like, you cannot ask them for photos. You can't do anything. They're very clear about that. So, Rihanna boards. She's super nice. The guy asks her for a photo. She says yes. They take a photo together. Before takeoff, the guy tweets the photo and says, it was Twitter back then, that's why I say tweets. Tweets the photo and says, "Oh, Rihanna, it's so nice to have you on board. Have a great stay at," insert whatever place it was that she was going to. He tweeted it, turned off his phone, took off.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
By the time he landed back to Dubai, he had management waiting for him because someone from Rihanna's team flagged the tweet and said, hey, like, the idea was that no one would know. And apparently she had a bunch of different reporters and paparazzi and whatever waiting for her when she got to the airport, when she got off the aircraft. So, you're basically not taking care of your passengers' privacy, which sucks. So yeah, you can imagine what happened to this guy. Bye-bye. It's just one simple post, one comment can get you in so much trouble that you would lose your career over it. And even in the case of the girl that was, baking the cake and doing all the stuff and posted it after she left, why would you get your colleagues in trouble? I mean, you posted it after you left because you knew you were going to get them in trouble or that it was risky to post, right? That's messed up. I don't like that. I don't agree with that at all. So yes, the line between fun and fired is super thin. And, if you want to fly, protect your job at all costs. Don't use social media. If you're going to use it from like one of these fake profiles. And don't leave nasty comments. That's just messed up. Go to therapy. Don't do that. Like, that is just, don't hate. Don't hate, people. Please don't hate. Honestly, who's got time for that? You've got a beautiful life to live. Go live it. No need to be there, commenting weird stuff. No need. Have you seen any videos of crazy stuff going around on aircrafts? You could just drop the links in the comment section and I'm happy to react to them. All right, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and I'll see you next time.